Greetings, truth seekers. Let us pay attention to the timeless lessons that our esteemed instructor taught us. He discussed the powerful power of words, comparing them to the sharpest of knives that have the capacity to both cure and damage. In fact, he warned, our words, though immaterial, have a power that no material weapon can equal. They may heal or uplift, nourish or devastate. However, a place of great power can be found in the soft embrace of quiet. The lessons imparted by our teacher help us to comprehend the fine balance between speaking and being silent, urging us to communicate with knowledge and love, since doing so is the way to prosperity and inner serenity. Under the guidance of an old Indian legend, let us set off on a trip into the heart of stillness today. There lived a respected Buddhist monk whose mere presence exuded calmness in the calm depths of the forest. Here, in the peace of nature, a worn-out monarch turned to the monk's deep wisdom to calm the restlessness that consumed his thoughts, even though he had all the material wealth in the world. The monarch opened out to the monk about his inner torment, begging to be freed from the never-ending anxiety that was consuming him. The monk said, gently but resolutely, "The solution is inside you, waiting to be found." As the monk suggested an attempt to free the monarch from his illness, he led the king down a road of deep transition. The monarch, in spite of his first misgivings, accepted the monk's suggestion without reservation, since he was so desperate to find inner serenity. Monk's monastery, adopting a life of simplicity and quiet for the next 15 days. Despite all the difficulties along the way, he started to quietly change within. The king sensed a profound sense of satisfaction and tranquility blossoming inside his spirit with every second he spent in solitary contemplation. He was comforted by solitude in the midst of the night, his heart filled with a brilliant tranquility he had never experienced before. In the calm of his surroundings, the monarch found himself engrossed in a deep path of self-discovery as the days passed. He was alone with his thoughts, appreciating the complex beauty of the natural world and taking comfort in its rhythmic harmony. The monarch felt the chains of his inner restlessness gradually come off him as more and more time was spent in harmony with the natural world. The chaos in his head started to fade over the course of 10 days, each one characterized by a greater sense of calm and clarity. By the 12th day, the king had fallen into a deep state of meditation, his mind flowing freely into the infinite space of the cosmos. In this calm, serene condition, the monarch was freed from the weights that had before troubled his soul. The monarch, his heart overflowing with insight, approached the wise monk after emerging from his contemplative dream. "Honored monk," he started, "I found the source of my inner struggle." He said, in a humble and straightforward manner, that his constant talking and pessimistic thoughts had contributed to his restlessness. The king acknowledged the transformational power of quiet in this time of great discovery, and accepted it as the route to reaching the depths of inner serenity and tranquility. With thanks in his heart, the everlasting wisdom of the Buddha's teachings served as his guidance as he set out on a quest of self-transformation. When the king thought back on his previous tendencies of over-speaking and pessimistic thinking, he saw how much of an effect they had on his life. He admitted that my constant speech and negative perspective clouded my head and squandered precious minutes. Being unable to concentrate on my work, I became mired in a cycle of disappointment and unhappiness. The king's life was shadowed by these ongoing failures, which made him jaded and prone to anger. But in the furnace of seclusion and quiet, he found a way to be saved. He admitted that these last 15 days had been life-changing, enlightening him to the ultimate meaning of existence. The monarch gained peace and clarity under the Buddhist monk's compassionate tutelage. Together, they delved into the profound meaning of silence and realized its inherent worth in promoting self-awareness and inner tranquility. The monk recited Gautama Buddha's famous remarks, which succinctly captured the essence of stillness as a means of achieving self-discovery. The monk related how Buddha once said, that in order to explore the depths of his existence and discover the secrets of the self, he accepted silence. True comprehension is still elusive without it. This realization humbled the monarch, who decided to embrace the sacred art of silence, realizing that it might be a catalyst for significant change. He set off on a quest of self-discovery in the silence of his newly awakened consciousness, led by the eternal wisdom of the Buddha's teaching. Adopting the profound power of quiet is, in fact, the first step on this path to inner calm. Talk only when absolutely essential since, as the wise say, 90% of our words have the potential to be harmful. Envision a world where calm quietness has taken the place of needless noise, where disagreements end and tensions lessen. A symphony fills the earth when people learn to balance their words with stillness. A peaceful melody of understanding replaces the clamor of conflict. When people understand the importance of quiet, even in the middle of a busy crowd, there is calm. The presence of others, although initially intimidating, turns into a peaceful haven. Start by finding comfort inside yourself and letting the silence fill you. Allow your mind to become as calm as the soft waves in a peaceful pond. When you're feeling uncomfortable, close your eyes and re-establish a connection with your true self. The source of your pleasure and the fountain of life are found within you. You have complete control over your inner life when you look within. Accept the silence, because genuine liberty can only be found in the midst of stillness. You venture into the depths of existence as you set out on this voyage within, touching on the very core of life, and even catching a glimpse of death's shadow. This journey within is a reflection of life's tides, like seeing the sun rise and set every day. Nevertheless, every time you return from this holy voyage, you feel rejuvenated, much as when you take a cool bath. Like a comforting salve, quiet reflection makes you feel at ease and satisfied. Within your personal haven, words no longer disrupt the calm waters of your thoughts. Rather, you experience a deep calm that lets you talk without disturbing your inner tranquility. Your words sound like beautiful music because they are filled with the spirit of your inner harmony, creating a fabric of harmony and elegance. By accepting this inner stillness, you release the constraints of cultural expectations and access a source of inner power. As you venture farther into the sphere of inner calm, you will experience an endless delight inside this newfound freedom that is similar to the thrill experienced by people who chase their ambitions with steadfast enthusiasm. Your face will be bathed in a dazzling glow, and your eyes will glitter with a brilliant brilliance. Engrossed in the infinite sea of peace, you'll discover a peacefulness that surpasses material worries. Consider the notion that a restless mind is never soothed by excessive speaking.